do sometimes because you saw me on there for the after party yesterday.
You know what? I figured whatever it was, it couldn't have been that important.
Becca's alive and going today.
Fucking redheads, man. They just siphon other people's energy.
You know we are live, right?
Good morning, Becca. I love you.
And what is wrong with your phone, Becca? You're going to throw it.
Oh, look at her, all fancy with her day off and shit.
Well, hey, Becca, if you got the day off and you want to join us,
Come on in, yo.
let's see here. Where is Twitter? Here we go.
Hey, Sean.
I just sent Becca an invite.
Oh, okay.
Morning, Neil. How you doing today?
Oh, Neil and Sean are here. Hey.
Yeah, I did miss Sean. Good morning, Sean. How you doing?
Yeah, I need coffee. I sound like a trucker.
Okay. Yeah, that's my list this afternoon. I still haven't come up with my menu for this week. I have no idea what in the world I'm making. I just know it involves chicken and turkey, ground chicken or ground turkey, chicken thighs, and ground beef.
Chicken thighs are my favorite part of the chicken, I swear.
I like thighs.
Oh, I do too. That's where all the thighs are where all the flavors at.
Yep. You know, I went to Public. No, I didn't went. I ordered Publix Deli from Instacart, and I used to love their fried chicken. Listen, I love you, but I don't want you to die. You need to go out of here.
Murder
So
hugs.
yeah, murder hugs really hard today. So honestly, I'm not buying any more fucking deli from Publix. They sent me the tiniest chicken in existence.
Oh,
It,
really?
yeah, and this is not the first time. I'm used to those chickens that have all those nice, healthy steroids and drugs pumped into them, so
Right.
they look like they could fight you. This chicken was the tiniest thing I'd ever seen, and it was just sad. So, no, fuck Publix. I'm sorry.
That's the reason
But
I never do Instacart. Do my own shopping.
Well, I don't blame Instacart. That's what was on the shelf, you know? I never saw chickens like that when I went in person. I don't think the Instacart person chose it to spite me. I always tip, so, you know. But I hate going inside the store.
okay. Well, are we somewhat ready here to get talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
books?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think
Books,
so.
yeah. Books,
Okay.
motherfucker. I'm sorry. Let's do this.
All right, let me finish getting my act together here. Then it'll take just a brief second. Now we're going to lose the sound effects because I do not know. I don't think I can do both of them at the same time.
They do get
do,
pretty loud too.
do the sound effects and the screen share for the book.
You
Not like you
can,
have
but
two
it's a pain in
screens.
the ass. You
Well,
gotta go through the sound
I'm
settings.
using StreamYards, not OBS.
Oh, I don't know how to do that in StreamYards.
Neither do I.
No, well, you could do
But
it
I
with
think
two
it goes through your
screens.
headset sound if you have a headset. Whatever. I'm not gonna fuck around with
Well, I'm not going to mess with it this morning.
it. Good.
And in the light of, thank you, Becca. And in light that it is Halloween
Yay.
weekend, we decided to go with the best, scariest books of all time, according to Ranker Community.
Woohoo.
All
Yeah,
right.
we know how reliable they are.
Well, this was updated in August of 2020, so it's only a year out of date.
That doesn't
So
inspire a
that's
lot of
not
hope.
too bad. All right, list rules: scary horror novels or other freaky works of fiction. So let's see how they go here. All right. Does anybody want, and unless you peeked, does anybody want to take a guess at the first book?
Okay,
Something by Stephen King.
Stephen King really doesn't scare me though. I know I'm most horror. I'm gonna say it's either Amityville Horror or Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, I forgot all about Rosemary's Baby.
I was watching it with one of my buddies and it was fucking awesome.
Ah,
Okay. The Amityville Horror is the only book that ever scared me ever.
The Exorcist.
Fucking Jody. I never read that one.
I did.
I've seen the first. I've seen all three. I've seen let's put the three of the movies, but I've never read the book.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit. I've never seen them or read them or anything. So.
Oh, you never saw the movie?
People always act so amazed. Yes, I never saw the movie.
Oh. Oh, I am so disappointed. And how about the parody with James Woods?
That was funny.
Was that Scary Movie or something with the Wayans brothers? I don't know.
No, that was different.
I just remember seeing the parody with James Woods where he does some pretty obscene things. It was funny as all get out.
Okay, I have to look that up.
All right. So, Stephen King made number 2, Salem's Lot.
Ooh.
I didn't really like that book.
Salem's Lot was a great horror in the tradition of horror.
Yes.
All right. He wasn't a gross out. It wasn't a gross out book. It was horror in the fact that, a little boy turns into a vampire and tries to get to his best friend's room.
Yeah. I don't know. When I read it, it felt like he was trying to emulate a different writer, like maybe Bram Stoker or Lovecraft or something. It didn't read like his writing.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. No. It was a complete departure, so he didn't get elephantitis of the mouth or the typewriter.
It was just really dry, and the language didn't feel right. And then again, I was a kid when I tried to read it, so maybe I'll try again later.
Salem's Lot was a good, and he kept coming back to Salem, to Jerusalem's Lot in his stories, which I thought was a good thing. That town was cursed.
The short stories I liked a lot.
So,
I didn't like that one either.
It was not a scary book.
It was not a good book. I don't care what anybody says.
And the rape scene in there, or the group sex scene there at the ending,
it wasn't well written.
He admits he should have left that out now.
Yeah.
It's not even that they were underage. It's, if you're not comfortable writing about sex, you shouldn't fucking write about it.
Yeah.
And he just isn't. And it just, it read like he was struggling, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
Sean, I can see what you're saying by the deer hunter having some horror to it. That Russian roulette scene in the Vietnamese cages, yeah, that was pretty horrific in that movie.
It was cruel, Becca. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Creepy, not scary. That's the majority of his books, though.
Right. Oh, good point. Good point. I like that.
Sean.
Sean, you're right. I like that. Stephen King.
I love
Pet
that one.
Cemetery.
I laughed through some of it, but yeah, I like that book.
Again, that didn't scare me though.
No, it's hard. It's hard to get scared at a book.
Well, it's a horrific.
No, it's not.
Okay, I don't go through that. The whole.
Okay, well, which book had scared you the worst there, Dar?
I think the scariest book I ever read and kind of freaked me out. I would say The Stand really kind of did.
Oh my God, the thing when they're going through the tunnel. That's the only part of that book. And
that kind of creeped me out. It made the small hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Tunnels are
creepy. And yeah, so I would say that was probably one of them. There's been others, but
that was awesome, Becca.
As a child, and when I say as a child, I'm talking about under the age of 15. All right. I would say the book that caused me the most nightmares, all right, was Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to agree with you there.
That's the one as a child that caused me the most nightmares. As an adult, the book that has scared me the worst is The Stand because it's so believable.
Yeah. You could actually see it happening.
Up until the final 2 chapters.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. But the rest of that book scares me because it is so believable. So, Pet Cemetery. The Shining. Yes.
I hate that they used the movie shot for this one, but okay, I get it.
The Shining was one of those books that really bothered me because when I read it, I was living in Colorado, and I know where that hotel is.
Same here, Becca.
Yeah. So been there, and I can totally understand The Shining.
Becca, I'm going to agree with you. But I had to stop following him on Twitter. He was making me insane.
I was a King fan up until the Dome. And like I've said, I could not finish the Dome. It just... Oh, my God. It just killed me. And the books, the 3 or 4 books just previous to the Dome, it's like he tried to do a different type of writing, and I just lost interest in his books. It's like, okay, I'm not spending $30 on books that I really don't care for anymore.
It's like he ran out of stories or something. I don't know.
Right. Oh, I stopped following King. I never really did follow King on Twitter.
No, neither did I.
Because
I liked his dog.
I knew he was a big lefty, so I just ignored him.
And it's a shame you can't separate that shit, but some people can't do it. So,
well, he puts it in his writing too much.
No, I will say, when he does put it in his writing, at least up until like the Dome and his shittier books, it was kind of fun because he'd make the protagonist seem paranoid and really flawed. Right. So you just think that's part of their character. So I'm okay with it,
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, he put in his writing so you knew where he leaned, but he didn't beat you over the head with it.
Oh my God, Becca, your daughter too. Oh my God, yes. I was so happy when she did that. We should get together and tell stories about our fucking kids, man. Although I think your kids would top mine totally.
Read them. Oh, okay. Silence of the Lambs. Did anybody read it?
No. The movie was really good.
Yeah, the movie was awesome. But again, see, I don't see that as horror much.
More like
so much
suspense,
as
a thriller,
it's
you know.
yeah, very creepy and more of a thriller.
I could almost call it psychological.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the best way to that actually is the best way to say it.
I mean, excuse the language here, but I mean, it's a mind fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Totally.
All right. I mean, that's the best way. That's the best term I've ever heard to describe a book like Silence of the Lambs.
It is. It's totally that.
So, Red Dragon. Red Dragon was actually, I thought, a better book than Silence of the Lambs.
I did not read Silence of the Lambs, but I did read Red Dragon.
Well, I read the whole series, and I thought Red Dragon was a much better book, better written, better character development. But then, being as Red Dragon introduced all the characters, I guess that's why it had a better character development to me.
Yeah, had to catch them up to their
right. But yeah, Silence of the Lamb was a good book. But the stories and poems of Edgar Allan Poe, The Telltale Heart.
Yeah.
That
and The Cask of Amontillado.
That one I didn't read.
Yeah, The Telltale Heart is classic, and that is just
that and The Pit and the Pendulum.
Oh yeah,
Pit
and the Pendulum.
The Pit and the Pendulum with movie or whatever you want to call it with Vincent Price.
Oh, that's right. That was a movie. Shit.
Yeah, it was.
That was great. That was a movie that kept me up at night when I watched it as a kid.
Okay.
Well, nobody conveys horror better just through facial expressions than Vincent Price. And then when you add that voice in.
He's fucking awesome. The Fly, man. I loved him in The Fly, and he wasn't even the main character.
Oh, that movie to this day still gives me nightmares.
Which version of The Fly?
The old, the black and white with one with Vincent Price.
Thank you.
Yeah, not that thing with Jeff Goldblum in it. Just
I liked that one.
I mean, I saw parts of it.
It's a good movie, don't get me wrong, but this didn't creep me out.
Not the way, man. They had good effects back then, so it was really gross.
It was really gross and everything. But
the ending scene is what got me.
Yes.
Help me.
She killed the fly in the kitchen, and they finally found him on the web. That's fucking painful to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, so that the original one with Vincent Price it just gave me nightmares for a long time. And the Jeff Goldblum movie was good, but it wasn't the same.
No, but it was still good on its own.
The part that got me with the Jeff Goldblum movie is when he's reaching in his mouth, pulling out his teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. I didn't see the movie, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gross.
That part was gross.
Yeah, so that's more body horror than actual horror.
Yes.
Edgar Allan Poe. Today he is tame. His writings today are tame in comparison.
Right.
But they are still they were original to his time and probably and with he was addicted to cocaine and alcohol, wasn't he?
Yes, he was addicted to something, yeah.
And
he never met a substance he didn't abuse.
Right. So Anything by
Sean.
anything by Poe, I believe I've read his entire works.
Wow, that's impressive.
So yeah, he's he was one of my junior high and high school favorite authors.
Oh,
So
wow.
I devoured his stuff. I was warped as a kid. I loved Allan Poe.
Hey, less is more, man. I mean, I don't think people embrace that enough. Sean, I would gladly collaborate with you on the book. I would even provide pictures.
Dirty Kitchens.
That would
Poor
be Becca's
Becca.
biggest horror. My wife's like that too.
I'll admit I'm like that too. I keep bleach wipes and sanitizer wipes on my kitchen counter, and before I start cooking, I scrub everything on my counter down before I even before the first pot hits the stove.
I'm a little more tolerant. As long as I don't have to eat in the kitchen or look at it, I'll ignore it. But yeah.
So, we've got the cat, and the cat likes to jump up on the counter. So, and cats come straight from litter box to counter. No. I'm scrubbing the hell out of my counter.
Well, I mean, anywhere. I mean, they're walking all over the floor. Jeez.
Right.
You know.
So, yeah, Becca, I get you. I want to taste food, not cat poop.
Yeah.
Okay, Shirley Jackson, The Haunting of Hill House.
Never read it. I know.
I don't even remember hearing about this one.
I know they made it into a movie more than once.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, neither am I. Here's The Stand.
I knew it.
Yes.
It'd be on there.
Now, of the different versions put out of The Stand, which I've read them all, which ones do y'all prefer? Do you write the original release or either one of the 3 subsequent releases, which were extended out by several hundred pages by the very last one?
3?
I didn't know there was that many.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, did they change like the outcome?
No, it was.
That's what I thought.
It's like I believe it was in the first release. They added 2 chapters, which dealt with. Remember the guy in the cowboy shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they introduced him a lot more in, and I'm not talking about the guy that was in the jail that was first brought in by the Dark Man, but this is someone else that I think his name was Buck or Buckaroo, something like that.
Did they call him the Kid?
Maybe.
Is it okay? I do think there was a scene with wolves and they were hiding in a bus or something, and it was Tom Cullen and the Kid.
No. This was. I don't think that was him.
Okay.
No.
But I do think that was added later. I don't remember.
That was in one of the later releases.
Okay.
The one I read was the original.
Okay.
So,
but this book, like I said, up until the last 2 chapters, was so damn believable that as an adult, it scares me.
Yep.
And what Stephen King kept saying, no, this isn't. He was talking about the pandemic, and he was like, no, we aren't living in The Stand. We kind of were a little bit. Not with the disease itself, but with the reaction to it. You know, everybody was panicking and whatever.
Yeah, well, remember when the pandemic first started, everybody was comparing it to The Stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stephen King was tweeting all over the place, no.
Exactly. But, the government was kind of acting like that. They still are. They're acting worse now.
Yeah.
So,
especially down in Australia.
Yeah.
Dude.
Australia and New Zealand, man, are going nuts.
Don't get me going on that. Which proves it isn't really about the illness. So
no, it's about power. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's not go there.
Yeah. Again, really?
Again, Poe, come on. Where was he? Number 7? Yeah, number 7, and now
Fuck,
here. Okay.
shut up.
Now, this reminds me, I've got this particular book on audio. I need to re-listen to that.
Who narrates it?
I'm almost done with the 3rd book of The Stand. I got like 2 hours left of it. So I'll start Poe tonight. Misery.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, Misery was so good.
And I love the movie adaptation, even though they couldn't cover every single thing. It was just really good. But yeah.
All right, I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here. The movie adaptation was all right. At least with Kathy Bates. I mean, they had 2 great actors.
Yeah.
Okay. But the script sucked, in my opinion. I did not like it.
It did.
The script absolutely sucked. If it wasn't for the actors, Kathy Bates.
They made that movie. Yeah.
And
James Caan.
If it wasn't for them 2, the movie would have absolutely flopped because they made the best of a bad script.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that it was that bad. I mean, they used stuff from the novels.
This was not a novel that translated well to the movie.
I think it was, well, maybe you're right. You're probably right there. But I think considering it's one of the more faithful adaptations of a Stephen King book.
Right. Oh, but you're right. But again, I don't think this book translated well to a movie.
Okay. I really like the little details in the book, though. It's like he even mentioned the greasy fingerprints on the 2-liter bottles of soda that she was likely just chugging out of the bottle and eating like an animal. And I just, wow, that is somebody who's really mentally gone.
No. What got me for being mentally gone? My penguin faces south.
That's OCD, right? That's like supreme OCD. I knew somebody like that. And I don't like to think about it. Yeah.
You moved it. It got moved to the east. It's supposed to face south. I was like, oh my God.
And he hadn't even, I don't even think he touched, did he touch that one or not?
No,
it something about it.
It fell over when he was out of his room.
Okay, that's what I
thought. He
bumped
against the stand.
But I know there was other stuff she was saying, and he was like, that wasn't me. And she just went with it. And yeah.
Now, I will have to say, though, I cringed to the utmost when she took the sludge to his ankle.
Yeah.
That the description in this book and the scene in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they would have managed to cut his foot off in the movie and still have him running around, but
well, just the way to describe about putting that block, the 4x4s between his feet, and I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my God!"
But she cut off the foot in the book, didn't she? She cut it off entirely.
Did she cut it off, or did she just shatter his ankle?
I think she cut it off because they were mentioning later in the book when he's out of the house and he's recalling that the doctor that had seen him for all the broken bones told him that she did him a favor by doing that because they would have tried to refuse the bones together and he would have been in for a world of pain for the rest of his life.
Okay. But him and his one cigarette when he finished the book.
Yes. And it wasn't even about the cigarette. I love that shit.
Yep. So, I mean, Misery was a good book, and it got to you on several levels because he wrote that Kathy Bates' character amazingly well.
Yeah.
For being that OCD super fan of a fictional character.
Yeah. And so you can't completely hate her. I mean, you hate her, but there's still this little piece that's like, I get it, and it's like, I don't know, man, but he, it proves that he really knows people mentally because that is the way he got her. He lit that fucking book on fire.
Yeah.
So that she could never read it. And that is such a mental fuck. Like, you can't get any worse than that. And he knows people. I love that shit.
No, I mean, I've been one of them people. I mean, it's like I his Dark Tower series. I was number one. I was literally on the list for the first copy to hit the bookstore when they opened the box. The first box that came in, the first book pulled out had my name attached to it and put under the counter.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, and I would be in that day to pick it up. So that was me with that Dark Tower series because I loved it. I could not wait for the next book to come out. And I would love to see a faithful rendition of those books in that would have to be a television series.
yeah, definitely.
There's
But
no
Hulu or somebody would do it and fuck it up.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I would cringe if Hulu or Amazon did it.
Yeah.
But they're the only ones that could, and they're the only ones that could do it and do it properly. I mean, could do it and expect to go through all the books. Do a book a season.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway. Psycho, yes.
I never read it or saw the movie.
Oh. Bad,
Going to
Llama.
hell.
Bad.
Going to horror hell. I know.
So again, the movie was intense. See, I don't really consider it horror as much as
Psychological.
Yeah.
But watching the movie, Hitchcock did a super outstanding job, but the book is just, I don't know. The book is just, it's one of those things that you got to be in a well lit room to read it.
Don't read it at night.
Yeah, exactly. Don't read it before bed.
Right. This is a book you read over lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Hitchcock, when he made the movie, like this scene there where he was superimposing the skull over the guy's face.
Yeah.
Okay. But he did it so subtly that you could miss it.
Okay.
Having that blood swirl going down the drain.
Yeah.
All right. He didn't actually, the horror was so implied, but you never saw it. So, yeah, that was good. That, again, that's, it's psycho. I would not put this as children's literature in any way, shape, and or form.
No.
I would not want anybody under the age of 15 reading this book.
No.
So, something wicked this way comes.
Oh man,
yes.
that was so good.
Oh, yes. Now this I think I read like I was 9, 10, 11 years old. Right. I definitely wasn't a teen when I read this.
It's one of those books you want to read when you're younger and then again when you're a parent.
Yeah. Oh, I've read this book 8 or 9 times in my
Me too.
life.
I love it.
Yes. Ray Bradbury, he wasn't known for horror.
No, he wasn't.
He was more of a sci-fi, well, like they say here, sci-fi fantasy, but this had that.
This kind of fits though.
This had that element of horror in it.
And it was kind of fantasy. A little. Uh-oh.
Oh, Beck, this is, 1962. Yeah, this is an ancient book as far as we're concerned anymore.
Becca, this is a really good one. And the movie was pretty good too.
Yeah, the movie was decent.
It had Jonathan Pryce and I can't think of his friggin' name, and I'm seeing his face in my head. Whatever. It was good. Whatever.
All right. Bing to the rescue. All right, you get your fingers on the right keys. Never touch type and you have your fingers just one key off.
Yeah.
Something wicked this way comes. And who was in the movie? Cast. Oh, they made it in 1983.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Robards.
Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan Pryce, Diane Ladd, Pam Grier was in it. I forgot.
Oh wow.
Vidal Peterson, don't remember him. Mary Grace Canfield, yes.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, Mary Grace Canfield. If you've ever watched Green Acres,
Oh, okay.
she is the plumber's sister. The two handy people that do everything together.
I didn't watch that, so I don't know.
All right, let me pull up her picture here. Hopefully you'll. Okay. StreamYard, share screen. All right, right here. Now, do you recognize her if you've ever watched the Green Acres?
I never watched Green Acres. They didn't air it.
Okay.
New York in the 80s, they were not airing Green Acres.
Well, Green Acres is on now.
Okay. The face does look familiar, though. Like I've probably seen her in a movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, she was, here she is from Green Acres.
Aww.
In her role. So, yeah. I mean, she's a great comedic actress. Or she was a great comedic actress. Oops, what did I just do? I don't know. So come back over to Best Horror. All right. The Night Shift.
Oh.
Some of those stories were really good. Some of them absolutely sucked.
His short stories are generally better than his novels anyway.
Except sometimes he tries to cram too much into it. He tries to take a novella and cram it into a short story.
He does that with everything he does, though. So,
was the one about the Nazi kid in this
Apt
one?
Pupil, I don't know.
Apt. You know, I've never seen the movie.
Me neither. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry.
But the book itself the story itself was there.
Oh yeah, it was real creepy.
Oh, that was 4 Past Midnight.
Okay.
Apt Pupil was in 4 Past Midnight.
Well, given that this is on the list, that's probably on the list too. So
yeah, well, probably nearly everything King wrote is on this list.
Wait, somewhere. Is that the one with the monkey with the symbols?
Oh yeah,
that shit creeped me out. Creepy toys are always awful. Oh my god.
But let me see if I can find the stories that were actually in Night Shift that we can look at.
I will tell you, Becca, normally I'm not into short stories, but Kings are pretty good.
Okay. Let's see if this here gives a list of the stories. Oh, Gray Matter was in this one. You remember that one? The one title. Where the dad drinks the rotten beer and turns into a big blob.
Ew, I don't really remember that one.
That was more disgusting than
he's really good about putting disgusting stuff in his books.
Let's see here. Let's look at Wikipedia and see if Wikipedia has it. All right. Okay, yep, here we go. Oh, Trucks was in this one.
Oh, the short story was better than the movie. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you know what, Sean? That was mainly his career as writer. He based his whole life on these books. So, yeah, and a lot of them got made into movies. So,
Okay, Jerusalem's Lot
which I
was in
loved.
this, not Salem's Lot, but and if I remember right, that Jerusalem's Lot was just a condensed version of Salem's Lot.
Okay. I thought it was more like an afterword, like they had moved on, but I don't remember now.
Yeah. Okay, Graveyard Shift. The guy throwing the cans at the rats.
Yeah.
That got made into a movie.
Yes.
Okay. Night Surf. Was that the one about the guy that and his girl and the other and his mistress who was married to someone else getting buried in the sand?
Probably. That was probably, if it was, that was in Creepshow.
Right. Yeah, it was in I Am the Doorway.
Oh, that one.
God, that was the trip from Mars.
And the guy's hand had eyes all over it.
Yes. Oh, now that could have been made into a great 30-minute.
You know what, with these special effects, I don't think, and I think they'd fuck it up now, so.
I think that, yeah, but with the special effects, they could do it. But yeah, could you bet, having the hand,
I'd kill him. I'd be like, I don't need that hand. I got another hand. I'll cut that bitch off. Yeah. I couldn't look at it.
The Mangler, that was made into a movie.
Yeah, it was a shitty like C grade movie with Robert Englund, and I didn't see it, but
the movie sucked, but the story was scary enough.
Yeah, it was a good story.
The Boogeyman, I don't remember.
Neither do I. That's weird.
Oh, this is one of his porno magazine stories.
Yeah, he did a lot for Cavalier.
So. Yeah, that was one of his porno mags. Gray Matter. That's the one where Dad turns into a blob of
I have to go look that up because I don't remember it.
Yeah, Daddy starts eating cats.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Flashbacks, yo.
Well, the reason you don't remember Boogeyman is because it's not very memorable, Ramen.
Yeah,
it's not. Battleground.
That's the one where the guy kept getting the shipment of he got the shipment of like the army truck and all these things were trying to kill him.
Oh yeah, the little army men.
I love that shit. And the guy was an assassin, so literally it could have been anyone that sent that.
Yeah. Oh, that was in fact, he got sent it by accident.
Are you sure it was an accident?
Well, was it?
I don't think it was.
I just assumed it was like a family member of one of his victims.
It may have been. It's been a long time since I've read it.
See, I don't think it was ever implicitly stated.
Yeah.
And so I think if you ask 5 different people, you'll get 5 different answers.
Deliberately vague, yo.
Ooh, sometimes they come back.
That was a good one.
That was
Trucks. Sometimes they come back, right? Strawberry Spring. Yes.
I remember the title. I just don't remember reading it.
Love story about murder.
Okay, yeah.
The Ledge. Oh my God.
Is that the one with the tennis instructor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Time to walk around the ledge of the building.
Yeah, I love that.
They actually made that into that. Wasn't that part of Creepshow or one of those?
Yep.
Okay. The Lawnmower Man itself, the story was great. Don't watch the movie and expect the story because all they did was steal the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the movie was pretty good too. It was just different. Quitters Incorporated. Dude.
I shook her hand and she was missing her pinky finger.
Yeah, I love that shit. That was like the best fucking story ever.
Yes. Have you read that one, Dar?
No.
All right. The
It's
plot
good.
of
Apparently,
it
I
is,
need to.
the guy
Yeah.
needs to quit smoking, and he finds it turns out to be like a mafia group that guarantees that he will quit smoking.
Whatever your addiction is, they'll break
Yes.
you of it.
And they guarantee it. They're
Oh, do they guarantee it?
They're pragmatic about it. They're not optimistic. They're pragmatic.
Yeah.
I know what you need.
Again, I don't remember it.
Oh no! This takes place in Salem's Lot, I believe,
Oh,
and a store opens up, and people go in there, and I know what you need, and it turns. Oh God! It is such a creepy story.
it sounds like
It was made into a show. I remember watching either a movie or like a anthology series with
Okay.
it.
The way you describe it, though, it sounds a little bit like Needful Things.
Yeah.
Oh, Needful Things was so freaking awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Needful Things, I think, was an expansion of I Know What You Need.
Okay, I gotta go back and reread that.
Probably,
Okay.
yeah, because Needful Things was part of the Bachman books.
Right.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
I
where I
never
read
would
it.
have said that. I never would
Yeah.
have guessed.
Yeah. It's no, I take that back. Yeah. No, because I did read Needful Things and really enjoyed it. I read the Bachman books.
They were so depressing.
I
Some of them
actually
were.
read the Bachman books before I found out it was Stephen King.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
The Long Walk was the one that
That
got me
was
the
good.
most.
That was really good.
So, Children of the Corn.
I like that story better than the movies.
Oh yeah, by a long shot. Children of the Corn's much better than the movies.
The Last Rung on the Ladder. I don't remember
I
this
vaguely
one.
remember. I think it's about a girl who would have died if her brother hadn't caught her.
Oh yeah, the girl in the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one now. Okay. The Man Who Loved Flowers. Yeah,
Not ringing a bell.
I remember being creeped out by it.
Okay. I haven't read this in like 20 years, so I clearly
Yeah.
need to go back and reread it.
One for the Road. No, not ringing a bell.
No.
Neither is the Woman in the Room. Neither one of those are ringing a bell. with
I
me.
think The Woman in the Room was really about his mom who was dying or died.
Yeah.
And he was visiting her in the hospital or sitting with her body. I forget which. But I think that was really his own story there.
Okay. Let's see if they show anything down here that might. No, they don't. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of good short stories in this.
Oh, yeah.
one.
But all
And
his collections have that.
And you definitely need to read Gray Matter if you've never
Okay.
read it. Okay, because it will make your stomach roll at the same time.
It sounds familiar to me. Like I should. I don't know.
Battleground. I would love to see a 30-minute.
That was
movie.
in Creepshow. It was good too.
Was it in Creepshow?
It was in one of those movies that his stuff is in, and it was really good. They did a good job on it.
Okay, I will have to. I'll have to check it out because now that I remember that one, yeah, that would be good. Trucks. The movie.
It was okay.
You got to watch it because of the goblin truck.
Yeah.
But
in the novel there was kind of some hope because eventually the fuel would run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. They made that movie Maximum Overdrive based on that.
I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, that was it. It was okay. I mean, it was suspenseful,
Yeah, it was all right.
I laughed through it more than anything else.
Yeah, I found a lot of parts of it to be quite humorous myself.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we've got that. Let's go back to Night Shift, though. Yeah. Rosemary's Baby.
Okay,
The
not number
movie
one.
scared the shit out of me the first time I watched it.
The book fucking killed me because I related so well. It's like everybody's calling her paranoid, and she knows there's something fucking wrong.
Yep.
She knows that people are lying to her. And you think about it, to a normal person, you're like, this isn't my doctor, and this guy is lying to me. My neighbors are in on it. My husband is, you would sound crazy to somebody. It just, I have been called paranoid all the time, and then I turn out to be right, and nobody fucking discusses it. But, they're all over my ass when I'm saying, this person's lying to you, or this one's doing this, and they're like, oh, no, you're being paranoid. I fucking hate that.
Yep, I do too. The thing of it is, Rosemary's Baby is truly horror. And
It is.
the part that gets to me the most is that could actually happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, we've come, a lot of us have come close to things like that happening to us in real life. And
Yeah.
that's the part that's what makes this so horrific. It's because you're like, yeah, that could actually happen.
And, these days people are like really trying to take away body autonomy. And it's all about being politically correct and being polite and not calling people out on their bullshit. I think it's more likely to happen now than it would have been in the past.
Way more likely.
Yeah.
And, and that's the part that bothers me the most about this book is if you were to pick it up and read it today, you'd be like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the only parts of this book that I never read the book.
It's a good book.
Movie and I can picture her face right now.
Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow, yeah. Mia Farrow.
No, not Mia Farrow. The old neighbor woman.
Ruth Gordon.
Gordon. Gosh, she played her role so
She was the whole cast was good, but she was really fucking amazing.
She just absolutely destroyed that role.
Yeah.
She did. Well, Ruth Gordon, though, is such a good actress. No matter what role she's in, you believe that she's actually that person.
Y'all ever see the movie Henry and Maude?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I loved her in that.
Harold and Maude.
Excuse me. It's been a long time since I've seen it, like 15 years, so I love that movie. Yeah, she's just great, whatever she's in. Wasn't she in the Clint Eastwood movies?
She was in a couple. Yeah, she was in a couple of them.
Yeah, I love her to death.
The Any Which Way But Loose series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She played their mother or their aunt or something like that.
Yeah. And he always had to go in all apologetic and tell her what he did and shit like that. Yeah. But I really love Mia Farrow, man. Her portrayal of that total panic and horror, man.
This is probably about the only movie Mia Farrow made that she was actually good in.
Yeah, I haven't seen the rest,
agree.
But yeah.
That's
honestly,
not
though,
an understatement.
You need to go read that book. It's really good. And I love that the movie was so close to the novel. So
yeah. And this is definitely one you don't want to read at night.
You don't want a pregnant wife to read it.
No. Yeah, definitely.
But it was all up until the end. It was all psychological horror, which made it worse.
Yeah, but you don't want a pregnant woman to read that book.
No.
Well, the buildup takes so long to get to the really scary part that it just shocks the crap out of you, and you're like, oh.
What the hell is going on here now?
Yeah, it was fucking chaos.
Yeah.
I like Richard Matheson, but I haven't read this.
Ditto.
Same.
It's one of those books I always mean to read, but never do.
Yeah, yeah. I have several books on my
Uh,
list like that where I got to read this, but then I end up doing something different.
Well, it's usually if I decide I want to read something by Matheson, it seems like I always end up going to The Last Man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it always seems like that's the book I go to, and I don't know how many times I've read it, but I need to read something else by him.
It's hard. It's hard. Stir of Echoes, yo.
So, Dracula by Bram Stoker.
I haven't read it. I know.
Oh,
I
dude,
have to
that
read
book
it.
just
I
yeah.
know. One day I'll read it.
The book, all right. Granted, Keanu Reeves sucked in the movie, trying to do
But
an English accent.
Gary Oldman.
Okay, and that wig. Okay, was an
that was
absolute.
a nightmare in itself.
That was
Okay.
a joke in and of itself.
Yeah, it was.
If you can get past that, the movie was good.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you saying?
What?
I know, unpopular opinion. It's impossible to get past the wig.
You can't
and
not
Keanu
love
Reeves,
Gary
right?
Oldman in anything. Okay, he's just. I love Gary Oldman.
Well, even Gary Oldman couldn't save that. It was a
True.
travesty.
Oh my God,
That's
you got to
all I
see him
gotta
in Big
say.
Fish. No, Dead
But
Fish. Was it Dead Fish?
Dead Fish.
Thank you.
But it was about as close to the book as you could get.
Yeah.
It was one of the more faithful adaptations. Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. As far as an adaptation of the book itself, get past the makeup and the props and Keanu Reeves' fake British accent that
You know, they just wanted to get the teenage girls in there.
as close as it got was him trying to say Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon.
It was. I mean, it was horrible acting in it, but it was the most faithful rendition of the book.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. But if I see Dracula, though, I'm sorry. I have to go back old school. There's only 2 Dracula movies that I really, really liked. All right. The one with, let's see, it was called, I want to say it was Dracula 78.
Peter Cushing?
No.
No, I know.
I don't know. I've never.
I can never remember the guy's name.
Christopher Lee.
But he got really heavy in his later years when he made other movies.
This is gonna make me nuts.
I'm pulling it up on. Let's see if I can find the
Franklin Jellicoe.
Franklin Jello. Yes, Franklin Jello probably was the best most recent Dracula ever. Okay.
Yeah, it was Dracula 79. You're off by a year.
Okay, Dracula 79.
I love him.
Okay. But yeah, that was the best modern rendition of Dracula.
Yeah, I have to agree because Donald Pleasance was so good in that.
I've never seen a Dracula movie.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. Now the Nosferatu
is my favorite Dracula movie.
Nosferatu is probably the scariest one.
It is. It's just scary and creepy.
Never saw that either. I'm gonna get crucified. I know.
It's available everywhere, and it's definitely worth watching.
I know.
But now Bela Lugosi did a great job in the old black and white Dracula.
Yes, he did.
In fact, he was buried in the costume, or at least the cape.
Yep. He will be remembered forever for playing Dracula.
Okay.
So, but and those are probably the only 3 versions of Dracula I've really liked.
Yeah.
Nosferatu, Bela Lugosi, and the other guy, Dracula 79. So, but the ending of the what was that guy's name again?
Franklin
Jello. The ending of Franklin Jello's where he's it's like the cape just fluttering off.
Yeah.
In the wind up in the Arctic.
Yep.
Okay, that was the perfect ending to that movie.
It was.
So,
and you just get this idea of, oh no, what's going to happen next?
Exactly. They almost left it open to where they could have done a sequel if they wanted to. But I'm surprised somebody else has actually seen it.
Yeah, no, I did.
I've only ever seen Love at First Bite, so.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that is such a good movie in its own way.
It is hilarious. Now you get that. Oh God, the cheesy Draculas, from the 1950s and 60s and the early 70s.
Yeah.
Or vampire movies in general. And there was a lot of good ones put out. They were all cheesy to one degree or another.
Yeah.
Well, like one of my favorite vampire movies, and to this day is still one of my favorites, is Lost Boys.
Oh, yes.
Sutherland.
Yes.
And
oh my God.
That ending when the spike comes flying through and sticks him, and the guy gets out of the car. Problem with this town is there's too many damn
vampires. Are like, God damn, he knew and didn't tell us.
That was like,
I loved it.
So I mean, I still like that movie.
The bridge scene was my favorite scene, where they're jumping off the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But of course, the 2 Coreys were great in it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was their best movie. Do not watch the second one.
I haven't seen. There were 3 of them, and I haven't seen any of the others. No.
Well, God, please don't watch the second or third one.
Yeah, don't
make that
what
mistake.
What the fuck? I love you, but no.
Don't make the mistake.
Do you see this heinous shit? This woman has never seen Lost Boys.
Who? No. Becca?
Yes. Okay, no, fuck it. This needs to be next week's movie night. No.
We have to forgive Becca.
I don't have to forgive shit. Okay.
She's a poor deprived redhead. Okay.
She has the internet.
But in some respects, though, I'm not willing to cut Becca that much slack because she is married to a sailor.
Okay.
And so therefore, I'm not going to cut her so much slack.
This is bullshit.
Ah.
Becca, we're watching it next week. Make it next week. No, Becca's seen Star Wars, Sean. We went through it. She has 1 movie left.
All right. After the Amityville Horror.
The only part of that book that scared me was the bit with Jody.
It was the blood in the walls that got me.
The Amityville Horror. Yeah, I agree. The book was so much better than either movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like, so I saw the original Amityville Horror, then I read the book. And
yeah, the book is so much better.
And I was like so freaked out after reading the book. And then I saw the Ryan Reynolds remake. And I was like, seriously, dude? Seriously?
I only just found out yesterday it was remade. We were talking about it.
No. Yeah, and I did. I watched it because it was on one of the streaming services. And I watch I don't so much watch as listen to movies.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that just wasn't. It was really hard for me to take that whole thing seriously.
Well, Becca, you're at least you have a decent taste in a book.
Man, that Jody the pig. I read it as a teenager, and that scared me so bad I didn't sleep. And that's the only book that's ever done that to me. Fuck that. Fuck
So,
that pig.
now I read this book probably about 78 or 79, so I read it when it's still a fairly new book.
I'm not going to tell you when I read it.
Wow.
So, all right, Carrie.
It wasn't scary, but it was a good book. We've discussed this book. I
Yeah.
love this book so
Yeah,
much.
we talked this one to death last week.
Yeah,
I love it.
still love the book though,
Yeah.
but it's not really a horror book.
No, it's not. And
It's a thriller. I mean, it's suspense or supernatural or whatever, but nah.
Dirty Pillows.
Eve was weak. Say it with me, woman. Yeah, it was fucking great. You couldn't have pulled that movie off without Piper Laurie and her crazy. Nah.
You're right.
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft. I'm surprised we had to get to number 20 before we got anything by H.P. Lovecraft.
I'm surprised it made it to the list.
Yeah, anything by Lovecraft needs to be higher.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it.
But I'm not. Scribbles would have a heart attack. He'd be pissed off with it being this low.
Oh, he'd be yelling about now because I was going to say, I'm not like, what I was going to say is I'm not the H.P. Lovecraft fan that Scribbles is. So, I'm not going to be too excited about it.
I'm not either, but we have to acknowledge it should be much higher.
Yeah.
There should have been something by Lovecraft in the top 10.
Same, Becca.
So,
I haven't read it either.
Well, it's a collection of short stories, so
yeah.
Okay, and then Call of Cthulhu and Other Weirds. Yep. At least they got them back to back here.
Yeah.
But they should have been much higher.
Whenever I see Lovecraft stories being described, I think of Secret World, the video game. If you guys don't know, it's like all their stories are either based on Stephen King or Lovecraft. It's fucking great.
So, got 3 Lovecraft in a row.
Yeah.
You think they're trying to make up for putting them so low?
Could be.
Might be. Well, see, the thing with well, never mind. I'm not.
You either love him or hate him.
Yeah, exactly. It's a love or hate thing. It's not no in between.
Right. Sort of like Stephen King. You either love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
You either love a book by him or you hate that book. So.
Yeah.
All right. Needful Things. There it is.
There you go. It's not even scary, but
it's not. It's creepy.
But it's good.
And it is really good. Yeah. It's like one of those things. It sucks you in. You start reading it and you go, yeah.
It's more about people being shitty to each other than anything else. Just
but
it is.
They're being shitty to each other though under the direction of something else.
Yeah.
Well, he knew what to play into. He knew their desires, and what I really killed me is when the kid realizes after he did some horrible things, and he looks down at the baseball card and realizes it's not the correct baseball card.
Yeah.
They all got deceived, and whatever. I liked it.
Oh, I loved it, but. Like I say, I don't consider it horror at all.
No, I don't call it. I think they classify everything King writes as horror just about.
This is more people are lying to themselves. And he does that really well, though.
Yeah, it's more of that story of what... Oh, Skeleton Crew. There you go.
Oh, my God, that was good. That was just fun.
Again,
why do you put that down as children's literature?
Because they're idiots.
Yeah, that's not.
There's a picture of the
children's
monkey on the
literature.
cover, so yay, it's a kids movie. I don't know.
You know, one of the Pixar movies, one of the Pixar
Toy Story 3, I
Toy
think.
Story movies has got that monkey in it as a bad guy.
I think it's
Yeah.
3. Where they had to sneak out and he was like the fucking security guard.
Right. Because of my grandson, we've got all those Toy Story movies. And fortunately, right now, he's more into anything with Captain America or the Hulk in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Avengers. Okay.
So he is 3 years old now. So
Hey, you know.
Toy Story doesn't cut it. You know, Buzz don't cut it for him no more.
Yeah.
He's branched out early at 3.
So, I Am Legend. Yeah, this is the one that by Matheson I always fall into.
Yeah.
So, the movie with
Will Smith.
no,
Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston,
Oh,
Omega
yeah.
Man.
the Omega Man.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite movies.
I have to watch that someday.
Okay. The Will Smith version of it absolutely sucked. Screw
did.
you.
There was some good moments to it. I didn't hate it, but
You can't hate anything with Will Smith in it,
no.
but you can say the movie was not very good. When
Compared
even
to
that
the
one,
book,
even
not.
the movie Will Smith had with his son.
Oh, that movie sucked.
It was a good popcorn movie.
Okay, whatever.
I classify it as a popcorn movie. You want to waste a couple hours on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and you don't want to go out just eat a bowl of popcorn. It will work. But I Am Legend, the book itself, though, you've got to read it because there's so much that's never made it into any of the movies.
Right.
Yep.
And there is an audio version of the book on Audible, which is good, really good. The voice acting is fantastic. Peter Straub Ghost Story. God, I forgot about this, and I read this years ago.
I never saw it.
I've never saw the movie. I don't. Is there a movie about? Yeah, there was a movie in '81. I never saw the movie. I read the book though.
Me neither. I never read
I don't think I saw the movie or read the book.
Yeah, I went through a Peter Straub period where I read anything I get my hands on buying. At one time, I would read a book like this in under a week.
Wow.
And I'd usually have 4 or 5 books going at a time. And still finish. I mean, in a month, I'd read 8 or 9 books. The extended version of The Stand, I read that. I read that in under a month. So then my eyes started going, and I just can't read like I used to. Jaws by Peter Benchley. I'm actually surprised that's on this book, on this list.
Me too.
I could see why it would be called horror, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's this giant fucking shark that doesn't know when to quit. So, yeah.
But, the first movie with... the first movie was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all right. The one with
So,
Roy Scheider. And...
It was good.
Ooh, we finally got to Clive Barker.
Damn.
That's way down on the list. Clive Barker should always be higher.
Yeah, Clive Barker should be hired. Clive Barker, he's an amazing writer.
I haven't read any of his books. I'm going to hell, I know.
No,
you're
it's just
missing
when you
out.
go to hell, you'll be forced to read them all.
Oh, that's not a punishment. It's just, no, it's not that I didn't want to read it. It's just that they weren't physically in any store I've been in. So, because they're not new books. I mean, I hit the used bookstores and everything, and I couldn't find it. So, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, now we're back to Edgar Allan Poe. We've already discussed him twice before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, The Watchers
Telltale
by
Heart.
Dean Koontz. Yes.
Yes.
I think
This
I've read
was
one
good.
Dean Koontz book or two, but I don't. Not this one though.
No,
Yeah, I
this
think
is
Watcher should be higher on the list.
This is definitely not children's literature, but is very good. Books of Blood. It's a bunch of short stories. It's a collection of short stories, Becca.
Is that the series that Hellraiser was based on? Books of Blood, or was that something else?
I thought Hellraiser was based on its own book.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the names of it, of the book it was based on, because I know it wasn't just called Hellraiser.
No.
Becca, you could be right there. In some instances, Dean Koontz was definitely better than King. Okay, the Hellraiser book was written.
The Hellbound Heart.
There you go.
The Hellbound Heart was the series.
Yeah, that's where the Hellraiser character made its first appearance.
Yep. I may have to. Nah, I'm not going to waste my money on buying these on audio.
Yeah, so there was a whole book series, the Hellraiser book series.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of books there he wrote on it. Okay, let's see here. Swan Song. Oh my God, I'm surprised. Am I the only one that's read this book?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Post-apocalyptic, okay, is very true there. The absolute and total destruction of the planet. Okay.
Oh wow.
Of vegetation. And of course, a lot of people die. And it's attempted. Think of The Dark Man from Stephen King. Put his from The Stand.
Yeah.
Okay, this book's got a similar character.
Okay.
All right, and the lead character Swan is like a 13-year-old girl. And there's a professional wrestler involved and a whole bunch of lunatics and crazy people. And it is Robert McCannon, he's also got a series of vampire books that are up until about the 6th book are very good. So I highly recommend him as an author. So, and I wouldn't classify it as horror specifically, but it does have horror elements like The Stand. It's not horror specifically, it just has horror elements to it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you're looking for and the vampire books he's got, hopefully they'll be on this list somewhere. So, James Herbert the Fog.
Okay, it's not like The Fog, the movie.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because this in here says the fog drives its victims insane when they come in contact with it.
So kind of like The Crazies, or
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
I've
along
never
those
read
lines.
it,
Me neither.
but sounds interesting.
It does.
It does.
A deadly fog that drives its victims insane when they come in contact with it. Huh. Okay,
Yeah,
let
might
me add
have
that to
add
my
that.
list.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing.
All right, if you have not read The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you are going to hell.
Yeah.
Bye, ramen.
I'm a good girl, damn it. God.
It's not that big of a book. It's not that long of a book. It takes maybe 2 hours to read it.
Yeah, and it's not a hard read at all.
No, and and considering Robert Louis Stevenson wrote it back 1886.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be a free read. I mean, you should be able to download it for free and read it.
Yeah.
I'll be in good
off
company in
Amazon.
hell, though, because apparently Becca's going there too. So.
Oh, Becca can't surprise me with what she hasn't seen or read. She's led a very protective, sheltered life from the really great pieces of entertainment.
Becca, I'm not even fucking kidding you. You gotta make The Lost Boys the next fucking movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is so
that-
I'll
worth
get
it.
it for you. Just put it there and I'll stream it. Whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, go watch it. It's a great book. Or a great movie, rather. And The Red Dragon.
Oh, Hannibal Lecter, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
this was
Okay.
the first book that introduced Hannibal Lecter and such. So yeah, Black Sunday's another good book by him. Thomas Harris wrote some good books.
He did. Yeah.
But Red Dragon to me was a better book than Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Much more character development, much more, I don't know, just more gripping. It kind of held you much better.
Yeah. Again, it's not. I would put, like they got it correct here. Suspense is way before horror on this one.
Yes.
In fact, I don't even think I can't even remember any horror. Well, yeah, I guess you could call some elements of it horror, but it's crime. And crimes can be horrible in and of themselves.
Anne Rule made a fortune writing all those true crime novels.
So, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Yes, this is another 1820.
I didn't like it.
You didn't the movie or the book?
I had to read it as a kid for school, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Well, I could understand that.
You know.
We read it in 4th or 5th grade, and I loved it. So.
They forced us to read it every freaking Halloween.
Yeah, I can believe. The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh.
This is one of those books everybody lies about having read.
I read it as a kid and don't really remember much, but I remember loving it.
Am I the only one that found it to be a difficult read?
No.
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, the story is great.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know so much about horror, but the story is great. But I found it to be a difficult read. It was hard to get through it.
Difficult is taking it easy on it. It is a very difficult read. Yes, it is. is either Night Shadows or Twilight Zone. They're pretty much interchangeable a lot of times, but I think it's more Night Shadows did a version of this story.
Night Shadows or Night Gallery? I never
Night
even
Gallery.
Okay.
Night Gallery. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
Night Gallery did a version of this.
I think it was Night Gallery.
And,
okay, so
it was. I thought that would be a better. I mean, it's a lot easier to get through.
So I'm going to take exception with something that Becca said in chat. She said she's never heard of Dorian Gray.
It's entirely possible.
Well, I don't agree with that because there's so many references to Dorian Gray in pop culture that half the TV shows and movies and
I haven't seen any recently.
She may have been exposed to it and not realize what she's being exposed to.
Okay, maybe that. Yeah, because I was going to say there's so many references everywhere to Dorian Gray.
Yeah, but a lot of times, though, those references are sort of hidden a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, unless you actually knew Dorian Gray, you wouldn't know.
Right.
Okay, well.
So
it's basically about a portrait that ages instead of the subject in the portrait.
Well, it not only ages, but it assumes all the marks of his evil.
And all the damage he takes. Yeah, so he remains pristine and perfect at the age the portrait was done. There.
Yeah, Sean hit it right on the head. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Another movie I haven't seen.
Yeah, he was in that movie. And I'm going to be unpopular and say I enjoyed watching it.
It looked like a fun movie.
It is. It's cool.
It's another popcorn movie. Sean Connery made a mistake making that movie instead of what role did he turn down now for that? Okay, I can't remember the name. He turned down a role for another similar styled movie. Cast in Sabo.
Was it? Oh God, the comic book one. I keep trying to say Watchtower. That's the fucking
The Watchmen.
Thank you. Was it Watchmen?
I don't. Okay. I don't remember.
God damn it, Google! Here we go.
Yeah, because he would have made a much better Joker, but
There we go. And let's
Lord of the Rings and The Matrix.
Yeah.
He passed down 2 roles, apparently.
It was Lord of the Rings is the one he turned down and then took this one here instead.
Oh, man.
What was he supposed to be? Gandalf? I mean...
So... But anyway.
If he was a little younger, I think he would have made a much better Strider than Viggo Mortensen, but that's just me.
It was Gandalf.
Turn of the Screw. I've never read it.
Me neither.
Why does that sound so familiar to me? I don't know.
Due to its original content, the novella became a favorite text of academics.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's probably a good reason I've never read it.
Another 1890s, pre-1900 books. So,
yeah,
it would be required reading in a lot of literature classes.
Yeah.
So,
said it was turned into. Apparently, it's been turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably not by the same name. Yeah, probably several movies.
Yeah.
All right, so Mary, go ahead.
I was just going to say I've won more money and bar drinks off of this movie and radio call-ins than anything else.
Yeah.
Other than what happens to a ferret if it doesn't mate?
Do I really want to know? It's going to be tragic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be female ferret.
Yeah.
If it goes in heat and doesn't mate, it dies.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
That if you have a female ferret, you have got to have a male ferret around somewhere to give her what she needs.
Oh.
Because it's literally life or death. But anyway,
Yeah.
I've won a lot of radio call-in show stuff off of this book.
So, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I will say, although it is a difficult read, it's well worth it because it was written by a female, and some of the stuff that's in it, you're just like, oh, holy crap. So,
Yeah, it's and ignore every movie you've ever seen with Frankenstein in it. Get them all out of your mind when you pick up this book to read it.
Because it's not like any movie that's ever been made. There's a couple that were kind of close, but
there's one that had scenes that were kind of close.
Yeah.
They pick in like the little girl drowning.
Yep.
Okay. That was actually in the book, and yes, but anyway, it's a good book, and somebody really ought. I mean, read it so that you can laugh at the movies.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll never look at another Frankenstein movie the same way ever again.
Exactly. Okay, what's that? Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Short story collection. So what stories were in this one?
I don't know.
I wasn't crazy about this one.
Oh, he had a second book on it. Let's see. This one had Dorian's Cadillac. At the end of the whole mess, suffer the whole. Nightflyer is the only one in this, and this really stands out. The Nightflyer, because the Dolan's Cadillac, I don't remember anything about. Let's see if I can find something here that describes.
I think they made a TV series based on Dolan's Cadillac. It was a revenge book where the guy was just this modest guy who lived quietly with his wife, and she witnessed something from the mob, and they had her killed. And he takes revenge.
Okay.
Was it Knight Rider? No.
I will say that as far as revenge plots, it was particularly creative.
Oh, had the wife killed with a car bomb.
Yes.
Okay, now
and
I
then
remember.
He buried the guy in the bridge or whatever.
Right. The road work routine. Yes, this is where the guy went to work on a road crew.
And he got really sick, and he was miserable physically, and he just kept going.
Right, and he dug the hole to bury the guy in the Cadillac.
In the car, yeah.
Yeah, okay, now I remember it.
It was good.
So, now Nightflyer is still my favorite of the bunch.
Okay.
Of the four. That's the vampire story.
Yeah.
With the airplane.
I think they made a movie out of that too.
Yes, they did. And it's actually pretty damn good. Let's see. I'm trying to remember who started. Has a really good lead actor in it.
Nightflyer? Hold on. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
I think I've seen the movie and I don't really remember it.
Cast.
Okay.
Come on. Miguel Ferrer.
Oh, I loved him. He was in The Stand too.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was really great.
Yeah. Miguel Ferreira, though, he was in RoboCop.
Yeah,
Really?
Okay.
the original.
Yep.
Which, by the way, if you're gonna, so whenever a new movie comes out and it's a remake of an old one, I always make people, if they're gonna go see it with me, I always make them go watch the original first.
Okay. Remember when they released the Keanu Reeves version of the day the Earth stood still?
Didn't see
Yes.
that.
All right. My son wanted to go see it.
Yeah, mine too.
All right. So I said, fine, I will take you to see it. I will pay for it. I will buy you all the popcorn and soda you can drink. But in order to do all that, you got to sit down with me and watch the original movie first.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, I did the same thing with mine. Did the same thing with my son with RoboCop. And it was funny because after we got done watching RoboCop, he goes, "Dad, it sucked."
Wow.
What, the original movie?
No, the newer one.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the opening of the original with Peter Weller was so much better.
yes. The Peter Weller version was fantastic. And the special effects were better.
Yeah, in some respects, yeah, I would totally agree.
So, all right, what's after that? Phantoms. I know nothing about it. Oh, Dean
Phantoms?
Koontz book.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, neither do I.
Same.
Seems like
Christine.
Oh, there we go.
The movie I actually enjoyed a lot. The book I
did
loved.
too. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. The book was fantastic. And you know, I'm not even a huge Stephen King fan, but the book was fantastic. But the movie was good. The guy that got to play the kid that gets the car,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good casting.
yeah, because I mean, he was just creepy.
Hey, are y'all ready for a shocker? Becca
What?
read Phantoms. Becca read a book that we didn't.
Hey,
And she's not here to tell us about it.
Wow.
But yeah, my only problem with the movie Christine was the way they combined some of the characters between the movie and they had to combine characters, and some of them they combined
did.
as like, did you really need to?
Yeah, why did you do that?
Yeah, like the old guy that originally had the car.
Yeah.
Okay, now in the book, the car belonged to his brother.
Yep.
Not to him. And it was his brother that had to wear the back brace. It was his brother that was the old bastard, not him. And he didn't like the car. That's why he was selling it. So, and I think they would have done better if they kept that way.
Yeah, that actually would have improved the movie, but like say, there's only so much you can do when adapting a book to the movie.
Right.
But
well, I mean, they could have had the brother sit there and say, "Yeah, this belonged to my brother. He is a real shithead. This is what had him tell the story of the original owner."
Yeah, that would have been much better.
Okay, and as he was selling the car to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have gave the movie another creepy factor that just would have put it over the top.
Yeah. But
I still like the movie.
Oh yeah. And like you said, the guy the character, the person that got to play the kid, and the one scene, show me what you've got.
Yeah. Okay, show me what you got.
You know, that was like, I mean, that was the moment of that whole movie.
It was.
So
I'm going to be the unpopular one, and this wasn't my favorite book or movie. I didn't dislike it. It was okay. It just...
I'm not
Well-
saying it's my favorite. I'm just
No,
saying
you
it's
guys
very
are a
good.
lot more fond of it than I am.
Well, Ramen, I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to take this in, but Christine, the book is going to, especially people of our age group, is going to appeal because we grew up in that whole car culture thing
Yeah,
at that time.
yeah.
And so it's going to appeal to people like us more than it would to
Well-
the other gender.
Now, he did another car horror novel from a
Yeah.
Buick 8, which I loved a lot more than Christine.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if you've read From a Buick 8, but it is almost an anthology because it's this one car, and it's in the impound lot of a police station. And it basically tells the stories of things that happened to everybody that had been in contact with that car.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that one.
I like that so much better than Christine, but, it isn't
I
that it's a
could see
car
why.
book. It's, I don't know, it wasn't one of, like, the more notorious books.
Yeah.
Buick
was
8
fun.
bored. I'll be honest, Buick 8 bored me.
Buick 8 board, okay. I can see that because the writing isn't the best, but
It was sort of a struggle to get through. I think that's why I got bored with it, because it was sort of a struggle.
I can see that. I just like the stories behind it, though. It's not for everybody. So
Yeah, some of the stories behind it were pretty cool. Some of them were like, I could. Yeah, but I think Christine speaks more to guys of a certain age than it does to other people.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, because it was that that big caddy, that big.
I love the car, of course.
Well, it was a Plymouth Fury,
right? That huge car, and then the
Johnny, you
bad
asshole.
guy in the book and in the movie. When I read the book, I pictured who did I picture as the character? I keep wanting Sweat Hogs, Saturday Night Fever.
John Travolta?
Yeah, I pictured it as a John Travolta type character. When I read the book. So Helter Skelter.
No.
Oh.
What makes this horror is the fact that it's true.
Yeah, this is pure horror. Not only did I read the book, but I've read several other things. I've watched every documentary, every TV show, every movie about it. I mean, yeah, this is just like, yeah.
To me, it was just watching the news reports for horror enough. I couldn't read about it in depth like that.
Becca, I don't blame you for not having read Helter Skelter, but in college courses, this was mandatory reading.
Well, it wasn't mandatory reading for me, but this happened in a part of the country that I was living in at the time.
Right.
And for me, there was a lot of things going on at this time period. See, and that's the thing, I may be a little twisted or something, but this kind of stuff, I'm into it. So,
well,
but
this was part of my poli-sci class.
Well, that makes sense.
All right, and because of the fact that it did have such a effect on the nation.
Yes.
and on politics. So this is one of the few things my poli-sci teacher that eventually kicked me out of the class. That I thought he did a good job on when he covered this.
Well, okay, so what I'm going to say about this book, and it is horrific. It's horrifying. Don't read at night, because it's the real meal deal. It actually happened. But for anybody that has any hope for humanity at all, I would say don't read it. So
yeah, if you've got any bit of sensitivity to you,
yeah, don't read it.
Yeah, if you've got if you've got a sympathetic soul, don't read it.
Yes, because then it will scar you
for life.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Okay, speaking of Clive Barker and the Hellbound Heart.
There we go. I'm getting that, though. I'm totally getting that.
So, I'd never heard of it until today.
Yeah,
well,
same
if
here.
you've watched Hellraiser, you know.
Oh, I did. I watched the first 3 or 4 movies.
I watched the first one, and that was it.
I watched the first 2.
So,
I did not like that movie at all.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that movie scared. That movie was scary as crap, especially watching it at the midnight showing.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie. I didn't.
Well, okay.
Didn't do nothing for me.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Mist.
I wasn't crazy about it. It was okay. And it was one of those, the book was better than the movie. Yeah, we did watch Hellraiser last night. Yeah. It was okay.
Which movie did you watch? There's actually 2 of them made on this.
Really?
Yes. There's 2 adaptations of the movie. There's the one where he killed his family at the end and turned out to be the army coming up, and that one sucked. The ending,
but that was the real ending.
Yeah.
That was not the ending of the book.
Really?
No. The book ended before he did anything. You had to decide for yourself.
I gotta go back and reread it. I gotta go back and reread that. I'm sorry.
So, I thought the book was good. I really liked the book. The movie, I guess, because of being able to imagine your own evil creatures in your own mind, made it better than the movie for me.
Yeah. I wasn't crazy about the movie.
No, but the book was a lot better. The Bachman books.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
All right. Now, like I said, the Flyer was my favorite of the bunch. Or not the Flyer, but the
Langoliers? No.
The Long Walk.
Okay.
Okay. The Langoliers, the story was good. The movie sucked.
Bronson Pinchot, y'all.
I think of the Bachman books, my favorite was Thinner.
Oh, I loved Thinner. It's such trash. I loved it. And the movie was just as trashy. It was so good.
Yeah. See, the actual story, though, I get it. And I really liked it. I did. The Running Man was good as well.
Yeah.
But the movie, all they did was take the title.
Well, they did keep the idea of it being a game show, but it was, I was so disappointed when I went to see the movie.
Yeah. But Thinner was my favorite of the Bachman books.
Oh, yeah. Not a great literary work. It was just fun. It was just,
it was, and it was creepy. But you got to admit, it was pretty creepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
We saw, you know what? This is what I think of when I was watching Drag Me to Hell last night. Because it's also a Gypsy Curse movie, so.
Yeah. Well, the Long Walk is the one that got me, though.
Yeah. That was.
Okay. Again, it wasn't a physical horror, but if you put yourself in the place of these kids, and all of them were under 16, if I remember correctly.
I think so. I'm not sure. They were all teenagers, though. We knew that.
Yeah, but young teenagers, not older ones. And the fact that they're, and the one kid had all the pennies in his pocket, and every time somebody dropped, he'd drop a penny. And the fact if you dropped, you heard a gun. The leaders heard the gunshot in the back.
Yeah.
And the way they described the people's shoes, and the one kid that had gotten his girlfriend pregnant, and he was walking because he needed a way to support his family.
Yeah.
I mean, you got so sympathetic to so many of the different characters in that book.
Yeah.
And then when they dropped and you knew that they were going to get the bullet to the head, it's like, oh my God. Such a fatal ending, as an all or nothing type thing. And I would love to. I don't know if they've ever made a movie out of that.
I don't think they have.
But that'd be it. It'd almost be a horrific movie to watch.
Yeah. I don't know if they'd be able to. Well, it'd be full of social justice shit. They'd make it from kids from every country of the world, and they turn it into they just wanted to walk to be in America, or some shit like that. And I don't know, man. And I don't think they'd be able to capture the brutality because everybody has to be pretty now.
Morning, Wiki.
Everybody has to be pretty and look a certain way, and I don't think they'd be able to capture like how brutal that kind of long distance ordeal would be. But that's just
Did y'all read Wiki's post?
I did.
Well,
I just replied to him.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny to make a parody of Thinner.
Body positivity activists protest the gypsy. Yeah. I could see that, actually. I could totally fucking see that if that movie was released today.
I could too.
It's fucking, it's God damn it, Wiki.
Wiki, that I love that. Have a bunch of people begging to be cursed, and then have the fat positivity people out there protesting them at the same time.
Oh yeah.
That
would be good.
Yeah.
That would be a true. That would be funny. That it'd also be horrible at the same time because you know how radical them body positivity people can get.
They're fucking crazy.
So good brain, good thoughts there. I love it.
I like the way this guy thinks.
Yes.
Oh wow.
No.
I'm really surprised.
I'm surprised it's on this list because we've seen it on other lists. And
we're talking about the Lord of the Flies. It doesn't belong.
It doesn't belong on this list.
It's more psychological than, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a,
I wouldn't even call it a psychological horror book.
But even that's kind of iffy.
Even that's it's a psychological, it's basically a case study in how people would act without any supervision. So I don't get the horror, but okay.
Well, if you're going to put I knew Anne Rice had to be on here somewhere, but all the way down here, I'm surprised.
It's not. I mean, it's an okay book.
Yeah, it's a horror book. I get that, and I'm glad to see it made the list. But again,
it
it's not
the greatest of her Vampire Chronicles books, though.
No.
It just
There's
happens
other
to be the
books that
most
should be
famous.
higher.
All of the other books should be higher.
Yeah.
Another Dean Koontz Midnight. I've never read this one.
Same.
See, you know, this makes me think I need to start reading some Dean Koontz.
I read one or two of his books, and I was like, not for me. And I think it was Soul Survivor and something else.
Yeah, I read Soul Survivor.
I don't really remember it because that was while I was married, and I blanked most of those years out. So I love how you laugh, like trying to spin it as funny. Yeah, that happened.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to spin it funny. I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
making
cool.
light
I
of
laugh
you.
too. It's okay.
I'm just-
It's cool.
That was more my uncomfortable kind of. I feel your pain laugh.
It's cool.
Okay.
I never known.
They thirst.
Remember I was saying Robert McCann also had a vampire series?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it, huh?
This is part of it, yes. All right. I'm trying. I don't remember if They Thirst was the first or not. But I don't remember if this was the first. No, this was not the first book.
1991. So there's probably why I didn't read it.
Okay.
No, 91. Yeah, there's got to be a reason why I didn't read it.
Okay, I misspelled his name here.
Well, Becca says that she highly recommends Koontz, so based on that, I'm going to start reading some Koontz.
Okay, let's see here. And I'm trying to get the list of these vampire books that he wrote, that whole series, because it was all right, let's see here, wiki. Let's see here. They don't list the books. There was it's a whole series of books starting off with they find a vampire, a bone from a vampire, and it goes from there, and it's really well written. It's a well written vampire series. It's not a well written book, but if you would compare it to better other authors. But if for this series and the style of writing that he does, I really enjoyed it. At least about the first 5 or 6 books, until they go to then they go to another planet type thing, all ran by vampires, and a feudal system with vampires. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time concentrating with
Damn it, Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's a strange series of books. It really is.
Sounds like it.
Let's see here. I want to say they spelled it VAMPRYE. Oh man. Book series. Here we go. Damn it. Okay. Well, I didn't realize this was going to be on this list, or I'd already had this looked up. But yeah, there's I'm not going to waste any more of our time on it. But yeah,
well, we're already at 50, and so
yeah, and
let's get through 50.
Yeah, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Dr. Moreau. The Island of Dr. Moreau.
I wasn't crazy about it. I couldn't finish
What?
it. Not my thing. Sorry.
Okay, well that's fine.
And the last movie they made of it with Marlon Brando was fucking awful. That didn't really help.
No, it did
I
not.
wanted to watch it, but I never got around to it.
Now don't
Lucky man,
bother.
don't do it, man.
Don't do
All right.
it. Don't bother. Yeah, that one is just not good.
I mean,
But
it had Marlon Brando in it. And I mean, it's
You
like
don't want to watch it. It will destroy your view of Marlon Brando.
yeah,
that bad.
if you're
huh?
a Marlon
It's
Brando
fucking
fan,
awful.
don't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, Ramon's 100,000% right.
Is it even worse than his Vietnam War movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's worse than anything on the planet.
Yeah, it's worse than Apocalypse Now.
It's the kind of movie that South Park makes fun of and does character inserts based on it. It's that fucking awful.
Yes, it is.
Well, being as I've only watched one episode of South Park in my life.
South Park was kind of fun in the beginning.
You hurt me.
What?
I've only watched one episode of South Park.
Yeah.
I have only watched one, and that was Make Love, Not Warcraft.
Yeah, no, the first few seasons were freaking fantastic. They skewered everybody. Nobody was safe.
Yeah.
Now, I did see the clip of the one of the devil and Muhammad and a couple other things.
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that clip where, the devil turned gay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that clip was everywhere. You couldn't help but see it.
Yeah, no. So
if you were on the internet, you saw it.
Yeah, pretty much. So what I will say about South Park is, for the most part, they skewer everybody. Nobody's safe. They have some really good episodes, but sometimes, even for me, they take it way too far. And there's a lot of things that, I would not watch on South Park. So that being said, but anyway, the Island of Dr. Moreau, the Island of Dr. Moreau, what I like about this book is it illustrates the difference between what Americans find scary and what the British find scary.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, it is, because if you look at American horror, it's more about external things, where English horror is about, what they find scary is anything that interrupts the social order, the status quo, things of that nature. And the Island of Dr. Moreau really highlights that difference.
That actually makes sense. But I like comparing American stuff to like everyone else anyway, so.
Yeah, but yeah, the Island of Dr. Moreau is a good story, though. I highly recommend it.
It's a good story. I just couldn't finish it. I'm a failure.
Yeah, no, like a lot of English novels, it's a hard read and it's hard to get through.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point there. Americans, we actually need more of a shock value, in your face.
Yes.
Shock, and for the most part, versus Europeans, they want it a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
Well, you look at our ghost stories and our ghost movies, we tend to view ghosts as the enemy, as evil, as unsympathetic, but if you look in other cultures like Asian horror, they're the victims.
Yes.
Or they're looking for help. So it's interesting to see that whole versus thing going on.
So, but yeah, I've got, we did manage to make it through 50 books, which sort of surprised me.
Yeah, it surprised me too.
Mm-hmm. But, Robert McCammon has another book out called The Wolf's Hour. and it deals with a werewolf spy during World War II.
Okay.
Okay, which actually, again, very interesting book, and I really enjoyed reading it. So, all right. Do we want to do the last 50 next week, or do we want to do something else?
It's up to you. I could. I mean,
Yeah, I could do something else or do the next 50. It doesn't bother me either way.
I mean, we did that. We did this one because of it being. I know what it is now. Okay. I had the wrong author. Okay.
oh, okay.
I had the wrong author on that series of vampire books that I was talking about. And I just found the right one. It's called the Necroscope series.
Oh, okay.
And why is my computer not sharing? I've got this spinning circle of death on my computer right now.
Oh,
Damn
something
it,
going on with
Susan.
your Wi-Fi.
Okay, but it's by Robert Lumley.
I've heard of Lumley.
Yeah.
The Necroscope series. And that should have been on this list.
Okay, Becca would like to see the top 50 of horror, or the next part of the list.
Do the bottom 50? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of would too, just to see what made it.
Yeah, I want to see if the Necroscope series, because the Necroscope series by Brian Lumley, oh my God, you need to read them. And up to about the fourth or fifth book, it starts to go off the rails a little bit. And then later on, it really goes off the rails. But yeah.
I want to see if Flowers in the Attic made it on that list.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Flowers on the Attic.
I mean, it wasn't really horror. It was just horrible people, but yeah.
Oh, it's my Chrome that's crashing.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's my
Well,
Chrome
that'll
that's
do
crashing.
it every time.
So, well, this is a first from. Well, at least it's crashing here at the end.
Right.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and end this out then before I crash entirely and we end up with a dead stream.
We would keep it up for you.
Yeah.
We might finish the list without you, but we'd keep it going.
All right.
Yes, we would.
Well, we're at book 50. We've covered it. We will see you. Let's go ahead and close out. We will see you all next week. I'll be back on Tuesday at the latest. Ramen, when are you going to be back on? Whose show are you going to be on today?
If Pat runs something, I don't know. He's been kind of off schedule. You know, if not him, then I'll probably do something later tonight on mine. Who knows?
You're doing a game stream now, right?
I've been doing Sanitarium, and I took a break from that because we're getting near the end. And I've been doing, oh God, what is it? Fucking Fallout 76, because they're doing Halloween events and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I might finish off Sanitarium, though, because it's getting close to Halloween. So we'll see.
And what about you, Dar?
I have absolutely no idea, so have no idea.
No idea. Okay. Well, I know you'll be at least on next Friday.
Yes, I will.
And then, of course, you've always got the option, both of you and anyone else. I always post it, that option to join me on the Tuesday through Thursday streams.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back at least then, and unless I get another. Last night I really wanted to stream, but I was at work. When I read about the Broward County, was it Broward County that took the kids to the gay bar?
God damn it! Yes.
I know. When I saw your tweet, I was like, "Yeah, I'd jump on that one with you." And well, you saw my reply.
Yeah. Well, I was at work when I saw that, so they're like, no, I can't do this.
Like, you can't even have kids in bars. I mean, unless they're like with their parents, or maybe I'm wrong, but holy shit.
Kids don't
no, you can't take kids in bars anymore. When I was a kid, you could go in a bar if you were with your parents.
Yeah,
but
and
not
you couldn't
anymore.
actually sit at the bar. You had to sit at a table.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck.
So, all right. I gotta shut this down before it crashes on me. So we will see you all later. Thank you, Ramen. Thank you,
Thank
Dar.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Becca, Sean, Neil, Wiki, everybody that showed up. Parody Bear. I want to appreciate y'all for showing up, having a good time. Like I said, we'll have some more fun later on. And bye.
Read some books, y'all.
Yeah, definitely read. Okay, let's see what I gotta do here now.
Well, I'm at my 12 o'clock hard stop time,
Yep.
so I'm going to dip, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, you too.
I think we're still streaming, but
Yes, we are.
We're still live.
Yeah, my computer is going absolute ape nuts.
Oh no. This is why you got to use OBS, because then you could just kill OBS and I will sit with you till the end. Well, I wonder, is he actually still here? He's frozen out. Let's see if I refresh the page, see what happens. Okay, it says there's still 3 people watching. Who's left? Ooh, I like the splash screen. Uh-oh.
What's the matter, Ramen?
Okay, nothing. Are you still streaming?
Yeah, and I'm just now ending the broadcast.